We were talking Dallas boys soccer. Chris Scharf, the head coach, with us here at our Carol and Janelle's Takeaway Kitchen. And Chris, exciting times. I know you have a pretty talented team, so let's talk about where you guys are at as camp gets ready to start.
We're very excited. Coming off the district championship last year, we have 8 returning starters back. We have 7 of our top substitutes that received a lot of playing time last year. So we're very confident. We're a senior studded team. Also a lot of young players that are coming up that did a great job for us last year. So we're very excited.
Overall, and you talk about this group of guys, offense, defense, and your assistant coach says, hey, we got some guys in the middle that are pretty darn good.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of great midfielders. We have David Chopyak, Nate Maransky, Ricky Woodage, Bowden Lewis, a lot of returning midfielders. There are 4 midfielders from last year. You know, so they're seniors. 3 of them are seniors. Bowden Lewis is going to be a junior. So a lot of experience, a lot of quickness, speed, strength, goal scoring ability, technical work. So we're very excited about that.
You go against some of these teams in the Wyoming Valley Conference. You get to know some of these coaches,
yes,
their personalities, their styles, and some guys change it up every year. Some guys do whatever they want to do with their team. Do you coach much to what the opposition does? You just kind of have to do your thing.
Basically, what we do is we go into camp. Go with what the players that are returning, go with their strengths and weaknesses, figure out a formation that best suits the players that we have. When it comes to, some players are faster than others, quicker than others, stronger than others, taller, smaller. So we take in consideration the individual players that we have, figure out their strengths, and then figure out the formation that best suits the players that we have. And then we might tweak a little bit throughout the season based on after seeing who the stronger teams are through maybe a quarter of the way through the season, and then adjust a little bit here and there on our formation. And then by the time halfway through the season to 3/4 of the season, we kind of know what our strongest formation is, where our players should exactly be to have a chance to peak at the right time and be the best we can be.
What's it take? I mean, you've had some successful runs at Dallas in the past.
Right.
What's it take to have a team that could make it not only out of our area, but possibly in the States? It's just soccer's so strong in other parts of the state. Right. What do we need here in northeastern Pennsylvania overall, and some of those, whether it's guys or girls, to try to make our play a little better?
Basically, just to keep playing at a young age. It's as simple as that with any sports. Develop them at a young age. Hopefully they follow through as they get older and stick with it. It's like any sport. Practice, practice, practice. At your craft, working at it as much as possible. And I think we've done a great job of that. If you go back through the last 30 years, with putting boys teams, girls teams into far in the states, winning a few state titles, girls and boys. So I think it's fine. I think we're progressing along well, just like United States soccer as a whole. But we're excited as a team with having so many quality players back, 1 through 18. And we feel that if we can come together and play as a team, come together as a unit, get some breaks, it always takes a lot of luck, that we think we can go pretty far this year.
These older guys are going to rub off on some of these younger talent you have. Those first couple of weeks are going to be pretty important to impress upon them. Hey, we're in varsity soccer now for some of these 9th graders.
Yes. And fortunately for us, we do get a lot of quality freshmen that come up every year, and also a lot of young players that have played soccer for a long time. And also, I'm familiar with a lot of the younger players through club soccer, so they know me already. They kind of know what our program's all about, and our junior high program does very well. And we always get 50, 60 players every year for junior high, so they kind of already have the gist of what the varsity level is going to be or what to expect. So it kind of works out really well.
Chris, great to see you. We wish you the best in 2017.
You too. I appreciate you having us.
Ricky Bartolini with us from the Dallas area soccer team, as assistant coach with the program, and let's talk about this boys team this year, Ricky. What kind of talent you have coming back?
Well, we lost a few key players last year in Eric Llewellyn and Nico DeLuca, Owen Sprout, to name a few. But we're pretty confident about the younger kids that we have coming up that are going to be able to fall right into their spots, along with a lot of the veterans that we have coming back. We have a pretty old team in juniors and seniors, and I think that we're gonna be able to make some waves again.
Let's talk a little bit about the coaching aspect. Some unofficial get-togethers, conditioning stuff over the summer. Talk about the commitment from the guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, our guys are pretty good. They're always on the ball. They're always practicing, getting together with themselves. The Chris, who I coach with, we have a club team that some of the boys belong to. So we see them throughout the spring and summer. But everybody's relatively been active. They know what's at stake this year, so they're really excited to get back into it.
Knowing what you know in the preseason about some area teams, or the expectations of some teams that you may run into that may challenge you or you may challenge them.
Well, the teams in this area are usually pretty consistent. Every once in a while, there will be a team that pops up out of nowhere, but the teams to look out for are your Crestwoods, your Coughlins, Valley West, Tunkhannock. Those are the main ones in our division that we're going to have to worry about. And then come playoffs, you have Wallen-Pompack, you have Abington, who always has a squad. So we're keeping an eye on what they do throughout the year, but they're going to have to keep an eye on us as well.
As far as a team with either scorers this year or feeling like you're pretty strong on the defensive end, what would you give a little more advantage to?
Honestly, we're going to be tough through and through. We have players up top who can put the ball in the back of the net. We have a defense that's going to be very, very tough to get by, and we have midfielders that, we may have the best midfield in the league. So we're going to have a lot of possession. We're going to be able to distribute the ball where we need to. As long as we execute properly and play the game the proper way, we'll be fine in all three thirds.
All right. Well, we wish you the best. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Andrew Francis joining us from the Dallas area soccer team. Andrew's senior year, so I'm sure you're pretty jacked up about this season, knowing that hey, this is the last go-round for soccer.
Yeah, I've been playing since I was really young, so this is the closing season for me, so it's pretty exciting. Nerve-wracking, but also exciting.
Knowing you have a talented team always feels good, but there's still a lot of work to do.
Yeah, we have a lot of work to do. We have to figure out our formation, we have to figure out our shape. We lost really big players last year, so we need to fill those positions, but we have a big bench, so we could figure it out.
Center back is the position you'll play. Talk about what you do there.
So at center back, I'm the last man before the goalie. So I get to control the whole field, and I have to make sure that my team does what is needed so that we don't get scored on and that we can score.
Of course, you got to be pretty tough back there. So talk about that element of toughness that you have, and you got to be a good communicator.
So yeah, you need to be pretty strong for center back because you never know who's going to be at forward. You could have little kids, you could have big kids, fast. So you have to be physical in all senses. And you have to be a good communicator with not only your goalie, but your back line, as well as your mids, all the way up to your forwards. And you always have to listen to your coach, too, because he might see something from the sidelines that you don't see, and vice versa. So being a communicator is huge for center back.
Not only you play soccer, you're a swimmer. Talk about what you like about swimming, and Dallas has had some success in that sport as well.
Yeah, so Dallas is a pretty successful team, and I attribute it to the coach. Mosier is a really good coach because she makes not only a strong team, but she makes it a family, which is really good, which is what I love about swim the most. I'm not the best swimmer, but I do it because of the family aspect, and it's a great way to stay in shape throughout the winter.
You're a heck of a student, ranked 9th out of 225, something like that. Talk about being able to carry the load academically.
So I carry academically whenever I get free time in school, out of school, that's always when I'm doing my work, because soccer and swim are both huge, they're huge time loads. So doing it when you have the free time works so much better. So then maybe you have an hour after practice. Do it then, so then the rest of your night you're free with your friends or to do whatever you want.
Let's talk about some of the other activities, clubs, things that you stay busy with when you're not playing sports or studying.
I do mock trial, which is around the district. There's several teams that get a court case, like a mock court case, and we take the case, we get witnesses and lawyers, and you go in front of the actual judges in the Luzerne County Courthouse, and you do the case, and there's a winner and loser based on a certain point system. And I'm also the president of Peer Helpers, which is an organization within the school to just help things around the school. We do study groups, we do fundraisers for different charities. We're going to do fundraisers for Blue Chip, everything around the school, just to make everyone feel inclusive and always So we do it just so everyone always has someone that they can talk to, and everyone always has a friend.
Let's talk about your family and support system you have. I know you got a sister, so tell us about them rooting you on, whether it's in the club, in the classroom, or on the field.
So I have my sister who also plays soccer for Dallas, and it's really hard because my parents have to manage going to both games. So when any of us have a chance to go to each other's games, we're always each other's biggest fans. We get more nervous than the parents most of the time, more nervous when we're on the field, because watching someone else play and having nothing to do with it is that much more nerve-wracking. And my parents are super supportive. They are at every game, doesn't matter how far it is, at least one of them is there. And they've gone to everything, and they will continue to go to every event I have for as long as I continue playing my sports.
Let's talk about life after high school. Looks like you want to have a pretty bright career. Let's talk about majoring in neuroscience. What are you looking to do with that?
So I want to major in neuroscience because it's a good mix of chemistry, biology, philosophy, and psychology, which could help me go into several different fields. Because right now I want to go into criminal defense, but if I ever change my mind, I have a major which included several different disciplines, and I could go into whatever I want.
Well, it sounds a little up from my thought process, but sounds like a really good one for you. We wish you the very best this soccer season as well.
Thank you.
David Chopyak from the Dallas area soccer team here at the Takeaway Kitchen at Carol and Janelle and David's senior season. Let's talk about some of the players around you this year as seniors that you hope will lead your team.
Well, we have a lot of players. We have 8 returners, so we have me, Nate, Andrew Francis, Josh Kalna, Bowden Lewis, who is a junior, Zach Kalna, Josh's brother. There's just a lot of people we have coming back, so we'll be all right.
Well, let's talk about what David has to offer with your team. Where are you going to play, and what can you do to help your team win?
I play center attacking mid, center defensive mid. I could play right mid, left mid, striker for the high school team. Just finishing the ball, passing.
What do you like about this team overall? As far as you guys knowing where each other is all the time, that there's some raw talent, that you guys know how to win, that you're a close-knit group. Give us some examples.
Well, we have a lot of team chemistry this year. We've been playing since we were like 8 years old together on a club team that we formed way back when. So our chemistry is like solid. We know everybody on the team. Possession is going to be good this year.
David, let's talk about when your life outside of high school soccer. Talk about playing for a club team and where you travel to.
I used to play for Lehigh Valley United, which is about an hour and 15 from my house. I played there for 3 years, and I switched this season. I'm playing for PA Classics Elite Team, which is right before Academy. That's about 2.5 hours from my house, so that's a travel, but I'll get it done.
Obviously, you have great folks that help you out. You got a big family, so I'm sure the folks are pretty busy.
Yeah, big family. I have obviously 2 parents, 5 siblings, so my parents are a big component, taking me to and from practice before I had my car and license, just keeping me going.
Science, math are a couple of your favorite subjects.
Yeah.
Talk about how you hope that'll help you when you get to the next level for college.
So I plan on going to college and being a physician assistant, which I need math and science for, and those are my strongest interests. I love both of them, science, especially any type of science.
Of course, you love playing soccer. You're hoping to play at that next level?
Oh, most definitely. Trying to play D1, but that's always a challenge. Just gonna see how far I could go with it.
Talk about looking up to some role models with the game of soccer. Who do you like and why do you like him?
Messi, obviously. His ball skills, he's just a crazy player. I like Paul Pogba a lot too. Just a young player that was dominant ever since he started.
Well, David, it was great to see you. We wish you the very best. Sounds like you got a bright future ahead of you.
Thank you.
Nate Maransky joining us from the Dallas area soccer team. And Nate, not only you play soccer, you kick on the football team. I think you're trying to maybe play some wide receiver there as well.
Yep.
A little bit of track and field. You're a busy guy.
Football has been going on all summer, the off-season lifting. Soccer just starting up preseason, and we have Tom's River, our tournament this weekend up in New Jersey, which kicks off the start of the soccer season.
Let's talk about what kind of competition you guys are going to face at Tom's River and what you'll like about that.
The competition's normally pretty good. Last year was probably our best season that I've had since I was there, and we went 3-0-1 last year with 1 tie. I think we're going to do the same this year with almost the same team coming back.
You got a lot of talent on that soccer team this year. What are some little things you're thinking about saying, okay, we really got to work on this for this 2017 season? Everybody's working hard.
Yeah, I think we just got to get better with team chemistry because we all have the talent, I think. Just getting together as a team, playing more together as a team so we can all come together and figure out that formation that we need to win districts again.
As you can see, the expectations are high for the Dallas Area Mountaineers soccer team in 2017, looking to repeat as district champs and possibly make a deep run into the state playoffs.